Hi everyone, I'm Marcy. Last week I showed you how to make homemade mole from scratch, but today I'm showing you the shortcut version, mole made easy. I debated whether to call it mole from a jar or mole the lazy way, but somehow that didn't have as nice a ring to it. At any rate, you're gonna love how simple and delicious this is. First, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to this channel, and let's get cooking. If you haven't met Doña Maria yet, allow me to introduce you because in Mexican cooking, sauces are so important and Doña Maria makes more than just mole. She makes all kinds of wonderful sauces. I talk about her like she's a real person. I don't know if she is or not, but at any rate, you can find these jars at any Mexican market or just go to the ethnic aisle of your local grocery store and you should be able to find them. And really all you add to it is 4 cups of chicken broth. Now, because most people, when they have mole, they eat chicken mole. So if you cook your chicken in water, just use the broth from there. Or you can do what I did, and that's I just took 4 cups of warm water and I added a couple of heaping teaspoons of chicken bouillon. I gave it a quick stir, and presto, I have my 4 cups of chicken broth. Now you'll also need 1 tablet of Mexican chocolate, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then some sesame seeds for garnish. Now for a really extra shortcut, you can also buy a hot rotisserie chicken. So there it's already cooked for you. Just bring it home, debone it, and boy, you talk about an easy dinner, this is it. So let's go ahead and get started. The hardest part of this recipe is opening the mole jar. So hopefully you have one of these old-fashioned can openers. And what I do is I use a back end. Don't use the pointy end, use the round end. And there's these points around the lid of the jar. If you just catch the bottom here like this, you should be able to lift up. Whoops, so much for that. I said it was easy. Let me go back to this one. There. Let me try this one again. And it's off. Wasn't the prettiest, but I got it. All right, now we take it over to the saucepan. Now I've got my burner set to low and I'm just gonna pour this in, but it's in there almost like clay, so it's hard to come out. But if you use your butter knife, you can kind of just scrape it. And this is why you want your pan low, because if you had it high, all this would burn by the time you get it out of here. A lot of people save these as little glasses for kids. Then you can add in the chicken broth and turn up the heat to medium-high. Let me stir it a bit, okay. And you just want to get the paste from the jar broken up and dissolved into the broth, so mix it around. Depending on the type of pan that you're using, you can use a whisk to sort of break this up, but this is Teflon, so I've got to use a wooden spoon here, so it takes a little bit longer. But as it starts to warm up, it'll melt. And even though it's starting to thicken up a little, it's not all completely dissolved. You can still see that there's pieces like this. So you just want to keep stirring and let it fully dissolve, and then your sauce will start thickening up a little more. Okay, while this continues to melt, I'm going to start breaking up the chocolate, and that way this will melt faster when we add it to the pan. And so what I'm just doing is kind of shaving it with a knife. If you use a serrated knife, it tends to help. And by the way, you may not want the full tablet. You can start with half and give it a taste to see if you want more. I like the whole tablet of chocolate because I tend to like mole on the sweeter side. Although this is a bitter chocolate, so it's only mildly sweet. In fact, we'll get a little more sweetness from this peanut butter, but again, this is optional. Mole always has some form of nuts in it, so this is just a little extra. And we're just going to keep stirring. Once your chocolate and peanut butter have melted into the sauce, you can lower the heat and just let it simmer for about 5 minutes and you're good to go. You can take your shredded chicken and put it directly into the saucepan and stir it up, or you can take the mole sauce and pour it over your food however you like it. Today I'm going to be making some chicken mole enchiladas. So I hope you really try this because it is absolutely delicious. And look at how beautiful that is. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me at Marcy Inspired on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, blessings from my kitchen to yours.